Right, this is Sunday morning and we're off to the lighthouse, to Happisburgh Lighthouse, to have a tour around Happisburgh Lighthouse. And there's Walty Poo's there, he's coming as well. But we're looking forward to this, aren't we?
I'm not walking 92 steps up to the top. You can do that.
I'll try, see if I can make it. But you can look after Walty Poo's. There he is. Look,
Thank you.
there. No, looking forward to it, and it's a lovely day. Right, we're arriving. Here we are. There is Happisburgh Lighthouse. Look at that. That is very impressive, isn't it? Did you say you weren't going up there?
No, I'm not going up there. No way.
Look at that. There. On such a lovely day. No, be quiet, Walter. Right, well, we've arrived. We've got out of the car. But anyway, there we are. There she is. There's a little house there. Oh, and there's Walter. There he is with Walter. And there's another house, little house. They're all nice little touches here. And then over here, where he's sitting with Walter, there's an old anchor. There's some fishing nets. All sorts of things. An old lamp there. But no.
When we go to the lighthouse, I might put him in the car 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Walter is making a lot of noise. Right, we're going in. This is really exciting. We're going in. Here are the first steps. There's only 3 of them. Here we are. Look at that. That's where we've got to go up. Is everybody waiting? No.
So welcome to Happisburgh Lighthouse. Those people who haven't been before. This is it. Built in 1790. So the reason for it being built, 1789, was an awful winter with lots of storms, and there was 70 ships and 600 seamen lost their lives on the famous Happisburgh Sands on the first of. So here's the lighthouse here. So these are the notorious Happisburgh Sands. So they're about 11 miles off the coast. Yeah. 11 miles off the coast. It's the blues here. So they're the Happisburgh Sands. 11 miles off, and they're about 12 miles long. But if you could see a note, you can't up the top like this, they'd be about 3/4 of the way to the horizon. So years ago, you could see the waves when the tide was out breaking on those sands. It was very low water. As a kid, we used to be on the beach and we used to think, we could swim out there. We could have a little beach, a little paddle out there. Because it looked like you could, but maybe I'll talk about it. It's never going to happen. So they're the notorious Happisburgh Sands. So this is where all that shipping ended up on, and ships they sunk and seamen lost their lives. So they had a big inquiry. Decided that the nearest lighthouse was at Cromer. There's one at Wimbledon. So they needed something so that when shipping came towards Happisburgh, they could navigate their way around these notorious Happisburgh Sands. These are the main ones, that's how they are. So what they did was they then in 1790, so that was the 1789, the bad winter, they then built this lighthouse. But they didn't really just build this one lighthouse, well, a lot of people aren't aware of, they built 2 lighthouses in Happisburgh. So they built the lighthouse that you can see here now, which is the one on the cliff. Thanks, Rose. So they built another one, which is 400 yards from this one, which wasn't right on the edge of the cliff. It was 400 yards away, at at this sort of angle right here, so it'd be about there. So it'd be about there. The idea being that because they were fixed light then, there was no rotating lights or anything like that wasn't added. What you did was, as you approached here, you literally, as a ship, you would line the two. So the other one was shorter than this one and not on the hill. So you'd line up the two lights. So once they were, one was on top of the other one, you could then say exactly where you were, as opposed to just on approaching Happisburgh. So you could actually draw a line and say, I am there. I now need to navigate my way around the sands. And even today, you'll see smaller shipping will come this way. On the horizon, you'll see the big tankers and things. They still are aware that although the water levels are higher, they still are sort of like dangerous. And to a certain extent during the day, more because you don't see now below water before the tide run out, you would actually see the waves breaking on these sands. So that was why it was built in 1790, it went into operation 1791, January the 1st. Both of them were then lit. They were literally just like massive candles really, and just a flame with a reflector. They then went to argon oil as a fuel with reflectors, and with that until 1865 when candle gas was suddenly produced, and they used to make the candle gas in the grounds there. That's the operation. That's camel is a coal which gives off a gas, and then trap this gas, and then that can be used as the fuel for the light. So that's a camel gas operation. In 1801, HMS Invincible was going from Yarmouth past Happisburgh, going up to Copenhagen for the Battle of Copenhagen. It was 1801. Trafalgar was 1805. So it was part of Sir Hyde Parker was the admiral in charge of the fleet up there. Nelson was second in command then, so not such a big flag. So it was going from it picked up supplies from Yarmouth. It was on its way to Copenhagen. 16th of March 1801, it suddenly came across really heavy storms, and it literally got grounded on this one here, Heaven Mile. It stayed on there all night. Had the tide, when the tide came back in, there was a good chance that if it actually then got washed off, it'd be alright. But what happened is during that night, the mast came down, put holes in the ship, etc. So unfortunately then, it did get blown off the sands. And then it fired all its cannons as a distress signal. And then eventually a fishing smack did come along to help with, getting, because to get some of the sailors off. There were 600 on board at the time. 400 lost their lives in total. The fishing smack did get some of them off. The person in command was Rear Admiral Thomas Totty. He did actually get off, and he did actually get onto the fishing smack. But the Captain John Rennie, he actually went down with the ship. He was the last person off the ship. Jumped in the water and literally just couldn't make it to the fishing smack. And apparently the story goes, he just held his hands up in the air and just went under the waves. HMS Invincible. So it was Victory was a first-rate 104-gun naval ship. That was a third-rate 74-gun ship. So it wasn't as big as Victory, but it's like that sort of thing. There's a fantastic painting in the Hill House above the fireplace, which I have offered Clive money for, but he wouldn't sell. It's wonderful. It's literally a fantastic painting. It's listing in the water. So that happened 1801. A lot of the sailors eventually got washed up on the beach, and they got taken by cart to Happisburgh churchyard, where they were buried in a massive grave. There was no record of that grave, there was no official burial, they were just put in there. In 1988 they did some work there where they were digging some drainage pipes, and they suddenly came across loads of skeletal bones. And they suddenly put that together and then worked out there's 119 bodies in there. And that is still up there now. When we go to the pub, you go on to the church next door, you can just go, the stone is there. And every year HMS Invincible will come whereas they've just come along and just laid a reef there. So there's 119 actually there. And the interesting thing is, the Battle of Copenhagen, 256 British seamen lost their lives, and 400 lost their lives on HMS Peninsula trying to get there. So it's quite a big thing. And that is, the wreck is, this is HMS Peninsula, so the wreck is actually still on the sea, just there. As I said, there's Hannah and Noel Sherritt, so that's where the wreck is. That's where the wreck is, just there. There's a better, upstairs, there's a more detailed map of all the wrecks up there. So that's Hannah and Noel where it ended up, and that's where it eventually sunk. 18, right. So, remind me, where is we put that back up there? Right, what else can I tell? I think next thing is ready to go up, I think. Someone go up. An item like guys, it's just face yourself to the wall. Look at the wall and go up, and you'll be up in no time. But, you know, because the steps lead, you want to break your head down and do that.
Right, we're going up. Dennis is going first. There they all are, going up. He is down there, look. This is only the first lot. That's out of the window. Now look at that, that's at the next stop. Look at that. That's lovely. Now we're a bit further up. Look at that. Look at that. Right, we made it up to the first stop.
If you can fund it to run it, then you can keep it operational. So it is operational, and tonight it will come on as normal. Very much.
So is it the only one that remains operational around the whole country? Because they have GPS?
No, this is the independently run one. So Trinity House still have lighthouses which still do work.
And why do they, this is an unfair question, so why do they choose certain ones to still work?
I don't know, that I don't know. Why they suddenly thought that Happisburgh, because Happisburgh being the importance of still the Happisburgh Sands. Cromer was never decommissioned, Southwell wasn't, Winterton doesn't exist anymore, there isn't one at Hunstanton anymore, so yeah, why they suddenly said that Happisburgh doesn't need one anymore?
No, because I mean logically something means something.
From 1947, and it went electric in 1947, and this is literally what it says on the tin, that the lamp control unit. And it's on at the moment, so that means that it's on here. The motor's auto, it's on, and it's an auto. If suddenly it got really foggy out there during the day, someone could come along and just switch that to on, and then it would come on, override it if they thought there was a need for it. So this will literally, above Ruben's head here, if I held my hand over here for a period of time, with that light sensor device, that would sense that the light level has gone down, like it will at night, and that will then switch the lighthouse on. So yeah, so if that was held up there. Somebody said to me once, what would happen if you were up here and the light came on? I said, it might be a bit bright. I was doing one of these things at Easter once when it was really quite foggy and horrible outside, and I was giving this talk here, and I went, and literally I went upstairs, and what happened is the light was on. And there was two lads, young lads down there, and I always blamed them. As I went up there, I actually just switched it on. And I came down ready to, no, it literally, light had got that bad that it literally did cause the thing to go on. But it wasn't as bright as I thought it would be. I'll explain that when we get up why that's probably the case. So this is lovely.
It's the beach out there. And now we're going up the ladder now. Let's have a look here before we go. No. There, all these lovely things. Look at this. And another map over there. And then we're going up the final few steps, which are like a ladder. Yes, yeah, no, I'm fine. There we are. come up. But look at the view from here. Look at that. Look at that. And then you've got the diamond shape. And then there is the lamp. It's tiny.
So, yes, I'll just mention the landmark. So,
Look at that.
we're getting back to gas side, which is the two pylons over there. So that's back to gas side, right in the distance there. Used to see the golf ball thing in Trimmingham, but that's not there anymore. So that's that. Walcott's the next village as you come this way with the houses up. Obviously Happisburgh Church, which again is closer to the edge of the cliff, but the lighthouse will probably go first because the wine is eating in this bit as opposed to there.
Oh no.
It will go, but I think it will last longer.
Oh, look at this. And this shows how close the lighthouse is to the sea. That is frightening. When you think what happened at Hemsby.
You see the car park entrance?
Yes.
That's the cliff.
Oh my goodness.
Car park entrance.
Oh my goodness.
Because they're losing the car.
Yeah. Oh, it's frightening. It's just so interesting.
They've thrown it in the beach, they've thrown lots of boulders
That's the
around
actual
the beach.
light.
Stop. Yes. But
This is a better view of the lamp.
Is that dark? That's that dark thing.
Yeah.
And there's no shipping going past the moment. If it was, the big ships would be on the horizon and small craft would come this side. They're still very weary of them. You can see it's like, what do you want?
1868.
Yeah, but if you on the beach, it looks like there. I think you realise you could have done it. But when you're on the beach, you know, the horizon only looks about 3
There we are.
Made it really look funny, but it's all the glass that
Right
makes
up
it
to the
look
top.
makes the light.
I don't quite know what that's for. But hope we don't need that today. That's 500 watts.
500 watts, the big one. The little one next to it is the one that is the emergency one. So if the electricity was to fail, that little one is battery powered, and that would come on.
Oh gosh.
But
Gosh.
the big one's got a range of 14 miles. The little one would only have a range of about 8 miles, but it'd be sufficient until they replace the main bulb.
That's amazing.
But what they do is they know the life expectancy of it, so what they do is they change it every so many months anyway,
Yeah.
so they don't have a failure.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. I want to now come up here on a winter's night and see it alight. Right, here we go. Here's a good view.
That answer I don't really know. The only thing I can think is, would you get a little bit of that white fat?
Looking towards Happisburgh itself.
Would you get a little bit of the strange?
It wouldn't have the silver create strange behind.
There we are.
Get here,
And then
any beam, and if
we've got to go back down these steps.
either side there. I think so.
So that's the light I can see why the light absorbs the light as opposed to
Have one last look before we go
these
down.
all flat stairs.
Right, we've managed the steep steps. Now we're going to go down the ordinary steps. Make sure we hold on. We wouldn't want to fall. Let's have a look down there. That's from the very top. That's everybody down there. Can we zoom in on them? Down at the bottom. There's somebody going down. That is quite amazing. There they are. Well, we're now down, and that's where we've come from, all the way way up there. That was truly amazing. And all these lovely pictures. There's Princess Anne, who loves lighthouses. Oh, there it is. And the Queen Mother. I don't know whether you can see that. The light's in the wrong way. Oh, and then there's Challenge Annika. The best lighthouse in the United Kingdom. Well, that was wonderful. That was absolutely wonderful. Oh, and look at the little post box here. But that was wonderful. That was really good. What a lovely trip. Right, one final view of the lighthouse. That was an incredible morning. We went all the way up there, but that was absolutely incredible. And now we're going over there to Happisburgh Village.